Good morning friends. In the last video we have seen the basics of how to calculate the quantities by centerline method. In this video we will try to solve or calculate the quantities of some buildings. So the question is, estimate by the centerline method the quantities of the following items of a single room building: earthwork, excavation, bed concrete, stone masonry, side stone masonry and brickwork. These four quantities we will try to calculate now. So let us see the plan. So this is one single room building of size. You can see in the x direction it is 5 meters, in the y direction it is 4 meters, and wall thickness is 30 centimeters. So this is the plan of the one room what they have given. So if you see the section, they have cut section A, B here. So section A, B is shown somewhere here. So this is the ground level we have. Below this we have stone masonry works, and at the bottom we have the bed concrete. Then next is this is plinth work, and this is the brick masonry of height 3.5 meters. Similarly, another section is being cut somewhere here, CD, and section CD is shown here. So if you will try to draw the first, if you draw the plan at this bed concrete level, so this is what you can see. This is the plan at bed concrete level or excavation level, correct? So if you see this clear span is, the clear length is 5 meters. So if you want to calculate the center to center length, here it is 30 centimeters, means 15 centimeters here left side, 15 centimeters on the right side. If you want to calculate the center to center distance, the center to center distance will be 5.3 meters. Center to center distance will be 5.3 meters in the x direction. If you see here now, same plan of this one room building is being shown here. So from this point till this point, center to center distance is 5.3 meters. Similarly, in the y direction, if you see, clear distance is 4 meters plus 15 top plus 15 bottom. So therefore this will be 4.3 meters center to center in the y direction. This is the center to center distance of the walls. Next, this is the foundation of what you can say, figure representing the foundation trench plan. So now in the centerline method, what we do, we try to calculate first center to center length of the building for same type of walls, for the walls having same type of foundation footing. So as here we have single size wall, so therefore we can add up all this length. So therefore if you see here, this is A, we will try to calculate the center to center length from A till point B, B to C, C to D and D to A, right? Therefore total center line length of the walls is equal to AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. So if you see this AB is nothing but this distance, that is nothing but 5.3 meters. 5.3 meters. Next is this vertical distance BC, that is 4.3 meters. Next CD is nothing but 5.3 meters, which is being written here. Then next this is 4.3 meters, which is being written here. So if you add up, you will get answer as 19.2 meters. This is the center to center length of the building. Next is now how to calculate the length of the particular item. Formula is length is equal to center length minus n into b divided by 2, where n is nothing but number of junction and b is nothing but the width of the particular item of work. Already all these things we have seen in the earlier video. So first we will try to see n, number of junctions. So how many junctions we are going to have, that has to be calculated. So as you can see now, if you take once again, like already we have seen in the earlier video, once again I am repeating this. So when you take this center to center length of this long wall now, when you take center to center length of the long wall, so what happens is that this portion will be covered. This portion is covered. When you take this short wall, that is in the y direction, this whole portion will be covered. This whole portion will be covered. So if you see this portion, this is getting overlapped. That means this is coming twice. But whereas this portion n, it is, we have not selected once also. So this is getting twice, and we have not selected this. So this is equal to this, that is S is equal to N. So therefore what happens is that this quantity will be nullified. This is coming twice, and this we have not considered. So this gets nullified. So therefore always you can remember, at the corners of the walls we are not going to have any junction. We will not have junctions at the corner. So if you see this one room building, all the 4 corners we don't have any cross walls. So therefore number of junctions will be equal to 0. So therefore this N value will be equal to 0. If this N value will be equal to 0, this whole term will become 0. So the length of the particular item will be equal to the center to center length of walls. So this will become 0. For example, if you would have one cross wall here, you would have got one junction here, you would have got one junction here. Correct? So as here number of junction is 0, this whole term will become 0. So length of particular item will be equal to center length. Now we will try to calculate. First is earthwork excavation in foundation. Right? So below, so what happens, this is the ground level. Below this level till this bed concrete bottom level, we will try to do the excavation. So what we do now, this is, we have to calculate this length now. Length, how do you calculate? Length is equal to now center to center length. What is the center to center length? 19.2 meters. We have written 19.2 meters multiplied by breadth of the item. So now we are calculating excavation. So excavation, width of excavation will be equal to width of this bed concrete. Width and depth already, always it will be given to us, or in the figure it will be given directly. You have to put it in the table. So here width is 90 centimeters. So we are going to put breadth as 90 centimeters. Next comes is depth. Depth is nothing but below the ground level. So you can see this is the ground level we have from here till here, that is 30 plus 30 plus 30, 90 centimeters. So this is 90 centimeters we have. If you multiply this, 1 multiplied by 19.2 multiplied by 0.9 by 0.9, you get answer as 15.55 cubic meters. 15.55 cubic meters will be the answer. So for example, now same thing if you want to calculate by long wall short wall method. Long wall short wall method. In the long wall what we do, we will take this out distance. 5 meters plus 3 plus 3, 0.3. So this will be 5.6 multiplied by width, that is 0.9 by depth is 90 centimeters. Then next in the short wall we will take this. In the short wall we will take this. Correct? So if you ultimately what happens, if you see conceptually, if you see what happens is that breadth and depth it will remain same. In the long wall what we do? In the long wall what we do? Separately each and every wall we will try to calculate. But here in this what we have done? We have added up all the length. We have added up all the length at once multiplied by breadth and depth. Why breadth and depth? Why? Because it is common. So once if you multiply, you will get the answer. So that is what is the conceptually, if you see, that is what we do in the Centerline method. Next is we will go to the bed concrete in foundation. Bed concrete in foundation. So this quantity we will try to calculate now. This length will remain same. Length will remain same, that is 1 numbers. Length is 19.2 as the width of excavation is equal to width of bed concrete. Therefore what happens is that length will remain same multiplied by breadth. Breadth is 90 centimeters. Depth you can see it is 30 centimeters. So breadth is 90 centimeters, depth is 30 centimeters. Multiply, you'll get the answer, that is 5.18 cubic meters. Next we will go to the size stone masonry works. This size stone masonry work, first step, second step, then next in plinth. So one by one we will try to calculate now. So if you see size stone masonry in foundation and plinth. So first footing. So one number, again length how do you calculate? Same thing. That is L is equal to CL minus N into B divided by 2. So this is N is equal to 0. Therefore this will be equal to 0. So length will be equal to center length. That is 19.2. So therefore this is 19.2 itself. Next is you have to multiply by breadth and depth. So if you see breadth, they have given, if you see this breadth is 60 centimeters, depth is 30 centimeters. So here you can see now clearly it is visible, breadth is 60, depth is 30 centimeters. So same thing we'll write, breadth is 60, depth is 30 centimeters. Next we'll go to the second step. Second step, if you see, breadth is length will remain same, breadth is 50, depth depth is 30 centimeters. You can see second step, length will remain same, breadth is 50, depth is 30 centimeters. If you multiply, you'll get this answer. Next is we'll go to the stone masonry work in the plinth. So breadth here it is 40 and depth is 60. Here you can see now breadth is 40, depth is 60 centimeters. So same thing we'll try to write it in the table, that length will remain same, breadth is 40, depth is 60 centimeters. If you multiply, you'll get these answers. If you add up, you'll get this answer as 10.94 cubic meters. So now next, this much portion is over now. This bottom portion already we have calculated, all the walls, bed concrete and stone masonry works. Then next is, we'll try to calculate for this brick masonry works. So again, same thing, length will remain same. Length will remain same. Why? Because number of junctions are 0. Next comes is breadth and depth. Breadth you can see here, it is 30 centimeters. Height is 3.5 meters. Breadth is 30 centimeters. Depth is 3.5 meters. If you multiply, you get the answer as 20.16 cubic meters. So after this, what we have to do is that, as we have done in the earlier classes, we have to do deduction for doors and windows as usual. If we have any doors, windows, ventilators, shelf and all, so for that deductions has to be done as we have done in the earlier classes. Only this much will be the change in the problem. Other things what we have calculated, for example, if you see this building, we are going to do the flooring. So flooring calculation will remain same, plastering calculation will remain same, painting calculation will remain same. Other things, the calculations will remain same. Only this is the variation what we have. So similarly, you can calculate all the other quantities like plastering, flooring, painting, doors, windows, ventilators, steel quantity and all, as we have done in the earlier classes. Only this was changed, so therefore I have covered this much. Next is, we'll go to another problem, that is, we'll try to estimate one 2-room building now. Estimate the 2-room building. So these are the things what has to be calculated now: earthwork, bed concrete, brickwork in foundation and plinth, or stone masonry works. You can take this as stone masonry works. The next is DPC and brickwork in cement mortar in superstructure. So now this is one 2-room building we have. If you see here in this, we have 2 rooms. Room 1 is of size 4 meters by 6 meters. Room 2 is of size 6 meters by 6 meters. That is, if you take this in the x direction, it is 4 meters. In the y direction, it is 6 meters. Similarly, if you see here in the x direction, it is 6 meters. They have given x direction 6 meters. Y direction, it is 6 meters, which is being given here. So then next, here you can see, here we have 2 doors we have and 4 windows we have, and wall thickness is 30 centimeters. And section AA, you can see this is the section what they have cut, section AA. The cross section of the wall is being shown here, section AA. This is the ground level we have. Below the ground level we have stone masonry works, that is in the plinth, in the foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps we have. So next, after that, we have to calculate bed concrete and excavation works. So this much has to be calculated. So once again, we'll try to calculate the quantities now. First, what we'll do, before calculating, we have to calculate the center to center length. So this clear length is 4 meters. Center to center means here 30 centimeter wall we have. So therefore 15 centimeter here. So here 30 centimeters we have. Therefore 15 centimeters here. So this center to center length will be 4.3 meters. Similarly, here clear dimension is 6 meters. 6 meters we have. So 15 centimeters here, 15 centimeters here. So therefore this center to center distance will be 6.3 meters. 6.3 plus 4.3. So if you add up, center to center length will be 10.6 meters. If you see, this is the center to center length of this long wall. Similarly, if you want to calculate for this short wall now, short wall, so what happens is, clear dimension is 6 meters. Center to center means 15 centimeters here, 15 centimeters here. So therefore center to center distance, if you calculate, this will be equal to 6.3 meters center to center. This is for the short wall, and this is the center to center length of the building. So next is we have to calculate how many junctions we are going to have. So if you see the building, so from the left top side we'll try to see. So as this is the corner of the building, here we don't have any junction. So if you see this portion, what happens is that we have one main wall, and this is again secondary wall or partition wall or cross walls what we have, or T-shape what we say. Generally many people they say this is T-shaped wall. If you have, there we will get the junction. So here we are going to get the junction. So here what happens here, you can see that this quantity will be overlapped. So wherever you have any cross walls, so there we are going to get the junction. So therefore here we are going to have junction number 1. Similarly, if you see here, this is the corner, we will not get any junction. Next you come here, this is the corner, we will not get any junction. The next you come somewhere here, you can see here, this is main wall, partition wall or cross wall what we have. So therefore here we will get junction. So here you can see here quantity gets overlapped. So therefore here we have one junction. So this is the corner, here we are not going to get any junction. So if you carefully if you see, here we will get one junction and here we will get the junction. Why? Because main wall and cross wall we have. Main wall and cross wall we have. So therefore two junctions we are going to have. So therefore two junctions. This is junction number 1, junction number 2. Two junctions we are going to have. Right? So this is the center to center length. Again the same formula, that is L is equal to CL into N into B divided by 2. So here just now we have seen one junction and two junction. That means N value will be equal to 2. N value will be equal to 2. Now first let us calculate what is the center to center length of this building now. Center to center length of this building. Right? Total center to center length of the wall is equal to 2 times of center to center length of long wall. Right? So this is 10.6 meters. Already we have calculated this plus this. Two numbers we have. So therefore 2 into 10.6. 2 into 10.6 plus next if you see, this is short wall 1, 2 and 3. So 3 numbers. Center to center distance length is 6.3 meters. Center to center of short wall is equal to 3 multiplied by 6. 3 short walls we have of length 6.3 meters. If you add up this, you will get the answer as 40.10 meters. So this is the length of short. If you add up, total length will be 40.1 meters. Right? So for example, if you want to calculate now length of earthwork excavation now, how do you calculate? We will substitute in this formula itself. That is CL is nothing but center to center length. Center to center length is how much? 40.1 meters. That is total center to center length is 40.1 meters minus N. N is nothing but number of junctions minus number of junctions are 2 into width of the item divided by 2. Width of the item divided by 2. So what is the width of the item now? So we are calculating now excavation. So width is how much? 1.1 meters. 1.1 meters. So therefore this is 1.1 divided by 2. 1.1 divided by 2. In this formula itself we have to substitute and we have to calculate the length. So if you simplify this, you will get answer as 39 meters. This is the length for excavation. Similarly what we do, we will calculate for all the other items of work. So here what happens is that if you see in this formula, center to center length will remain same for all the items of works. This N will also remain same. Only variable is this B. B is nothing but the width of the item. As whichever item you are calculating, that width of the item has to be substituted so as to calculate the length of the item of work. So this is now for excavation, length is 39 meters. So same thing we will try to calculate now. Earthwork in excavation numbers will be 1. 39 meters is the length just now we have calculated. So if you see here now, next is breadth. Breadth is 1.1 meters. Next is depth. So this is the depth we have. So from here till here 20 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 20 plus 30. So if you add up, you will get depth as 1 meters. Width is 1.1 meters. Already it is being given. If you multiply, you will get answer as 42.9 cubic meters. So here I have written length is equal to 40.1 is nothing but center to center length minus n is nothing but number of junction, that is 2, into width of the item divided by 2. Width is how much? Here you can see 1.1. 1.1 divided by 2. If you multiply, you will get answer as 39 meters. So 39 meters. So only this calculation has to be done. This breadth and depth already will be given in the figure itself. Only you have to put it in the table so as to calculate the quantity. Next is bed concrete. Bed concrete also will remain same. If you see the bed concrete, it will remain same. Only depth is going to change. That is, length is 39, breadth is 1.1. This depth, if you see, depth is how much of this bed concrete? It is 30 centimeters. Depth is 30 centimeters. So that has to be written. It is 30 centimeters. If you multiply, you will get quantity as 12.87 cubic meters. Next, we will try to, now bed concrete is over. Then next we will try to calculate this stone masonry work stepwise. This is first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. In this way, we will try to calculate now. Size stone masonry in foundation and plinth. So we will try to calculate now first step. We will try to calculate the first step. Again same formula we will have. So this is first footing, that is number 1. Again same formula, L is equal to center length, that is 40.1 minus n into b divided by 2. b divided by 2. This is fixed, this is fixed. Only variable is this, that is width of the item. If you see now what we are calculating now, this is the what you can say, first step we are calculating. First step width is, you can see 80 centimeters they have given. So you can see now 80 centimeters they have given width of the first step, right? So therefore only that is the change, that is 0.8 divided by 2, n into b divided by 2, right? So therefore length will be 39.3 meters. So therefore 39.3. Breadth and depth. Breadth is 0.8, depth is 0.2. Breadth is 0.8, depth is 0.2. Quantity will be 6.29 cubic meters. Next we will go to the second step now. This is the second step. Second step is 70 centimeters, right? So again same formula, how to calculate the length. This will remain same, center to center length minus n into b divided by 2. Only variable is this, b is the variable. So that is 0.7 divided by 2. You will get answer as length as 39.4. So you will get length as 39.4. Breadth is, you can see no figure, breadth is 0.6, depth is, here they have given, correct? So it has to be written here, breadth is 0.7, depth is 0.1. Similarly, we go on calculating for third footing, that is 60 centimeters we have, that is center to center length minus n into b divided by 2. We will multiply, you will get 39.5. Breadth is 0.6, depth is 0.1. Breadth 0.6, depth 0.1. Similarly for fourth step now. This fourth step, 50 centimeters. That is center to center length minus 2 into 50 centimeters by 2. You get answer as 39.6. This is the length. So therefore now breadth is 50, depth is 10 centimeters. Breadth is 50, depth is 10 centimeters. You will get the answer. Next is, we will go to this plinth. So therefore now length is equal to center length minus n into b divided by 2. Now if you see width of the item is how much? 40 centimeters. Therefore 0.4 divided by 2. If you do this, you will get 39.7. You write here. Next is breadth is 40 centimeters, depth is this 60 plus 20 centimeters. You can see now this is 60 now up to the ground level. Below the ground level again 20 centimeters we have. Therefore 60 plus 20, if you see, it is 80 centimeters here, that is 0.8. If you multiply, you will get answer as 12.7, that is 26.1 cubic meters. So we have calculated now stone masonry. Next is, we will try to calculate this DPC Damp-Proofing Course. So again same thing, length you have to calculate. The same formula, center to center length minus n into b divided by 2. What is the width of this now? Width of DPC is again 40 centimeters. Therefore 0.4 divided by 2, it is 39.7. 39.7. Next is width is 40, depth is 60 plus 20, that is we are calculating now DPC you can see a depth is 2 centimeters or 22 centimeters. You can take DPC here instead of 0.025 you can take it as 2 centimeters. Here it is a mistake, you can correct it. This is 2 centimeters. If you multiply, you'll get the answer. Next is we'll try to calculate for brick work now. This top work we'll try to calculate. So again, how to calculate now? Again, same formula. That is center to center length minus n into b divided by 2. Width of the item is how much now? Width of the wall is how much? 30 centimeters. Therefore, 0.3 divided by 2, 39.8. So here it is 39.8. Width is 30 centimeters. Depth is, you can see, 4.2 meters. Depth is 4.2 meters. If you multiply, you'll get answer as 50.15 cubic meters. This is the quantity of brick work. Then next, after this, what you have to do is that this deduction for doors we have to do, deduction for this windows we have to do, these windows, and deduction for this shelf we have to do, so as to get the net quantity. So as to get the net quantity of brickwork in the superstructure. That easily you can do. Already we have done in the earlier classes. So we have, in this video we have seen estimation of 1 room building and 2 room building. So in the next video we will try to cover few more examples. Thank you.